Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm excited to be joined again by my friend and business partner, Mr. Michael Vincent. We're going to be talking about the 6 key trends shaping executive decision making today. 6 key trends for free. How are you doing, Michael?
I'm doing fabulous. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. So, we've got the book release. It's out there, right?
We do. We absolutely do.
And we're doing a boot camp, a 4-week rapid sales growth boot camp attached to the book. And there are 6 key trends. We've talked about this, but executive buying, B2B executive buying has changed dramatically across 20 plus years that you and I have been in that world, but more so in the last 10, really a lot more in the last 10 years or so. And there's 6 key trends, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to kind of go through those. Number 1, executives carry the cumulative weight of every decision. So leaders are evaluating new ideas through their memories of bad past experiences, over marketing that they got marketed, and then not just the logic of the current opportunity. It carries a big weight for them. It's like risk avoidance.
100% does. Yeah, I mean, your experience comes with you. You're tainted. Your decision making is, and it's tainted by what you remember, and it's tainted by what you remember the last time you remembered it. If that makes sense, right? So if the memory gets better, then you remember it better and better and better. But if it's negative, each time you remember it, it gets more and more negative.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
It
the
does.
stuff that
Yeah.
you remember that happened to you when you were like 8 years old is so out of whack with reality. It's not even close because all you
Right.
remember is what you remembered last, which isn't even close to accurate, which is funny.
Yep.
The other thing
Absolutely.
is the lens through which you remember things changes with all the media and LinkedIn and all the other different media that you see things. It changes the lens that you see your memories.
Absolutely. It does. It affects your decisions. It
100%
absolutely
it does.
does. And those decisions carry consequences. Every decision carries a consequence of some sort. That's number 1, right? Number 1. Number 2, cognitive load now drives decision behavior. So what do we mean by that? Complexity and priorities bouncing around. Executives favor clarity and simplicity. What
Mm.
is it? How, and what does it give me? That and that, right?
Yeah,
They
I know I
prefer
do.
that much more over additional information and details.
Well, I mean, you're exactly right. I mean, there's a reason why you can't during an interview or whatever for your product or your services, you're talking to somebody, which it is an interview really, is information overload. If you throw up on people, that's why as a salesperson, you always talk about listen, find out where those clarity points are, figure out where those benefit points are, where are those pain points, and talk specifically to them in clear, concise, compelling statements.
Right.
Not data overload. You can't baffle them with BS, right?
Right.
You know that statement,
Right.
right? You
Have
can't
great
do.
charisma, throw a bunch of BS everywhere, and then you end up with a deal.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Nope, it doesn't
It
work.
doesn't
In
work.
fact, when we do our PowerPoints, we work on PowerPoints and slides and
Sure,
things. I
sure.
use images, very
Yeah.
little text, but maybe 3 or 4 bullets. But people can't stand when you come with a list of 8 bullets and you're reading through. Priority number 1 benefit is the thing it's like if you put a thing up there with 30% savings on your warehousing or 15% improvement in your sales efficiency, you just put it in a big thing like a banner. That speaks to them a lot better than a list of things,
Well,
basically.
you put those out there and you use those as bait, right? I mean, or research. So you put those benefits that are obvious out there, and if you listen instead of throwing up all over them with BS, you'll find out which are important and where the pain points are.
Right.
It's very
Yep.
simple.
Yep. And there's a
It's
simple
very simple.
question as well. At the end of a meeting, you go, would you spend X amount of money to gain that benefit?
Hmm.
And listen, let them talk. and they'll say, well, my concerns are da 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 risk. And you go, okay, well, we saw this elsewhere. We understand, we empathize. Here's what we
Yeah.
do to mitigate that risk for you.
Yeah,
Eh,
exactly. You don't dismiss their risk.
no.
Don't dismiss their concerns. Their concerns are very real. The moment you brush them aside,
Yeah.
that's not what we're talking about. You don't brush them aside. You you validate their concerns and that it is important and that as a executive, an experienced executive, they're right to have those concerns and how you're going to professionally address them.
Right. And we just talked about number three, really, which is safety is evaluated before value. Like, is this going to expose me? Am I going to get fired? Is it going to
Oh,
cause an uproar in my group and do a bunch of turnover? Those are things that is being evaluated as you're talking about your thing that's breakthrough and going to change things. They're thinking, okay, well, it's great. It's going to change that. But will it cause half of my staff to leave? Well, that's not going to work, right? So number three is safety is evaluated
or
before value.
yeah, or am I risking my position by offering this up to those that can influence my career, like my boss?
Correct. When I
That's
go
a
to the
huge
board,
one, man, and that's something you've got to evaluate while you're talking. Am I talking to that executive that's in such a position that there is no way they're rocking the boat, or are they one of these that just do their job and not innovate? Right? Or what is the culture in that corporate environment that you're trying to navigate? Those are all real things that you got to navigate.
yeah, absolutely. And number four, two conversations are happening. Only one is visible. So
Mm.
you're out there talking ROI, metrics, value, and they're behind the scenes talking to their colleagues about trust, risk, defensibility, credibility. Literally behind. And
Mm.
where are they going to get that information? They're going online. They're going online. Are people saying great things about it? Does he have proof with actual names, not J. Ross and some, you know, fictitious person, right? Like, do they have actual executives that you can actually find these executives? And because there's a lot of that out there, unfortunately, there's a lot of
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely. It's, like, well, it said it had 50 really good reviews. Yeah, from employees.
Right.
Um,
An AI bot put together 45 testimonials for them.
yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Or you got to read to define one of the greatest inventions of our time. Oh, yeah, but it's like 1 millionth and seven. What is the list? How big is that list? Right?
Yeah.
Like there's a hotel here in Chattanooga that is there. One of their signs says one of the most haunted buildings in Chattanooga. I love that. Wow, really? So
Compared to what?
compared to what? Right? Yeah. It's like, okay, sure.
Oh man, that reminds me of the movies when they come out. Best movie ever, and it's
Yeah.
somebody you've never heard of that did the review, right? But
Yeah.
it's a review
It
um,
is. It
from
is.
somebody. Oh
Those
boy,
are that's funny, man. But they are, it is 100% because that's what we're talking about, even in the safety aspect, right? It's that trust, it's the risk, it's the defensibility. You do not want to be championing somebody who the other people think that guy's a bonehead on social media, or he's this or that, or you don't yeah, nobody's going to do that, especially in times like in the logistics industry right now. There's so much talent out there looking for jobs. Nobody's risking their job making a decision that is questionable in any way
right,
right now.
right,
Just
yeah.
not.
Absolutely. And we do a thing with our clients where we start with a pilot project, high value, low risk, and roll it out for the proof of concept. And
Amen.
that works so much better than, hey, here's a $500,000 project. Those things get stuck on hold for like 12 months, 15 months
What
sometimes.
Well, you got to look at it like, let's just say, how do you boil a frog, right? I mean, I'm not suggesting that your customers are reptiles and that you're going to boil them and eat them, but it's the process of slowly bringing them on. If you bring them on with this whole complex issue or solution, the likelihood of failure is much higher than if you take out this module and prove it, and then this module, and then this module, and then this module. You see it all too often in go to markets with uh, with new technologies, right? Where they want to come in and splash the market with this. Here we are, we've solved everything, and then they fail because the market can't wrap its head around that.
Yeah.
That's a
It's too much at
macro
once.
size. Yeah, it's macro size. If you boil it down to what you just spoke about, how we have our boot camp, et cetera, where we prove and move through the model, much easier to consume, and it addresses every one of these 6 issues, including the ones we haven't spoke about yet. Little teaser there.
Right, right. And number 5, decisions
Yeah.
are emotional first, rational second, right? So leaders are making commitments based on emotional confidence about your company. And then they use logic to justify that. Like, okay, they're safe. I know these people. They've done it. I can see proof. I can see the white paper case study, the testimonial. I feel good emotionally about this. Now I can justify it by saying, yeah, they're going to help us streamline operations by 20 to 40%. They've done it, right? You've got that
Yeah.
confidence about the decision itself.
How many times have you made a decision with your beautiful wife and you guys go, man, I really like that one over there, but the practical one is this?
Yeah, right. Yep,
It's everywhere in life, and it happens in corporate America as well. It's
right.
100%. That's what it is. It's right there. You establish this emotional want, need, or like of something, but then you have to get down to rationality. What's actually going to work or not? All too often in personal life, people make the wrong decisions. They do it in business as well. But the successful, the ones that really get to keep making those decisions and that are going to be strong partners for you and a customer you're never going to have to fire, they're going through this process. And you want them to.
Yeah,
If you've got
absolutely.
a good product, that's what you want them to do, because you don't want them to see the next squirrel
Squirrel, let's go. Yeah,
and they're gone, and you're dumped into grease over a penny a mile or something like that. That's not the customer you want to go after, anyways.
true. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Number 6, de-risking closes deals better than differentiation. Just being different is not good enough, right? You need to
Mm.
be less risk for them. So, a clear path to execution of your project, reduced stress, internal strife, etc., is more to them than, oh, look at all these features and advantages over everybody else. Like, I've got 15 bells and whistles instead of 3, and mine are gold and not silver. It's what is it that's going to be less risky for them? It's literally driven by risk. So they're saying, okay, proven, 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 value, value, value. Okay, that's better than the fact that they've got 3 more gold widgets than silver, comparatively. Like, the difference between the competition is less important than a clear path to adoption and de-risking.
100%. I mean, you in a nutshell, you need to overcome the known evil, and
Mm,
you don't do that by putting lipstick on
right.
it. Right?
Right.
You got to prove that yours is that your solution, your product, your service, whatever it happens to be, your solution, like you said, is less risky than what they're already doing. Or if it's a new thing, it's the least risky of all that are out there.
Right. Yeah. If they can make a 500,000 in profit and you've got a clear path to that.
Hmm.
Okay. And
Yeah.
proof of it, proof and value, right? It's
Yeah.
a clear path. And we've done this. I talk about it in the book. I worked for a software company where we built out a hands-on implementation model where the other company was kind of like throwing it out there and the support was getting a bad rap. We were like, we will turnkey this with you. We will go to every 35 branches and do this. And here's our program. And we train your personnel. And they're like, oh, wow. This is much less risky than they throw it at the wall and hope that our personnel come on board with it, you know?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And the risk is everywhere. Like you're talking about. The examples are all over the place. It isn't that it just fails completely. It may be one of the best things that could happen to the company, except adoption is the risk.
yeah.
You, that could be the risk.
Yep.
There could be some sort of territorial turf war or potential war that explodes within the government within the hierarchy or even the workers of the company due to the change, right? I mean, the only thing more dependable than change is the resistance to it,
Right.
because
Right.
you don't even have to change anything and people are against it.
Just talking about change.
Yeah,
They're like,
just
no,
suggest it and see how that goes.
no. Right. So it's an interesting world we live in. There's going to be more on this, but this is a six key trends of what's really driving the executive decision, really,
Yeah.
is what we're talking about. And more to come in the weeks ahead on other topics related to this. But um, that'll do it for this show today. Thanks for listening or watching, everybody. And we will see you again on the next one. Take care.
I know. Peace.